most days things tick along over here just fine. Two of us manage great. And then there's other days where 12 people don't seem enough. Last night, we worked till 10:30 wrapping bales and milking. And then this morning we woke up, went to get the cows, and the pigs, all the pigs were out everywhere. Got them contained, made sure they're happy for the day with water and feed, and fence was hot. I didn't bring them extra water last night, and that was it, just to the bales. I just couldn't get to it, and I forgot. And this morning, Fern is out in the back fence. She seems to do that. And yesterday, our good friend the trough overflowed because the cows like to mess with the float valve, because I haven't gotten to even time to look up all the parts I need to fix that. So I'm going to move the front fence, catch Fern if I can, and then I got to put the track back on the skid steer, which fortunately it came off last night, which is unfortunate, but fortunately it didn't come off, and I was able to finish moving or wrapping the last 3 bales, but I had to be careful. So yeah, that's the second time in a week I've had to put that track back on, and the fourth time overall in the last couple months I put the tracks back on, and I can't figure out why. I gotta call up the dealer and ask a technician, because either something mechanical is broken, or I guess maybe at this point, even though they're not that worn, the tracks are just stretched beyond belief, because they shouldn't have come off. I only just put it back on and retensioned it, and I checked before I used it yesterday. And I was even not driving on the driveway, which is also one of the reasons it comes off. So yeah, that's a pain. I gotta, however long it takes me to put that back on, then I gotta move all the bales that we wrapped last night so I can do it all again today. Meanwhile, the drought continues, and although there's a little bit of grass ahead of the cows, it's pretty sparse. By rights, I shouldn't be grazing them, but the grass is gonna go by. They're even eating the stuff they left behind last time, which is great, because I'm glad I didn't waste diesel mowing it. But the ground is really dry, down 6 inches. It's exactly what I feared would happen back in May, early June. We have way too much water too early, and then not enough now. So it's just, there isn't rain predicted for another 8 days, I think. They'll be long done with this. I'll be feeding them purely silage. Wish I had gotten more cut. Well, yeah, I mean, because it was so wet, because now I've compacted fields, there isn't any, growth there is limited too. I'm going to have a second cut the next week, I hope. I do have to get out and check those fields. I still got first cut to do. So I can continue harvesting grass, which is great because we need it. We're buying some silage to make up for the loss and deficit caused by all the wet weather, because the grass grew so slow. And also, as soon as we can get the silage tested, we will, because my fear, given our milk result and the low butterfat content, is there's just no energy, no nutrition in the grass. It was washed out in the spring, and now it's cooked out by the drought. The ground just isn't giving any nutrients. So we're gonna have to make that up. Well, I'm out here trying to get the track back on Gidget, but first I gotta loosen the tensioner and I've got it back. It's still oozing oil. But so far, the few simple things I've tried, which normally work if it's going to be an easy job, aren't working. The other problem is the track has gone to the inside. That can be a challenge, but I do have the boom to lever against to try and pry it off as long as I can get the cleats over the roller, the guides. Hasn't worked so far, but it is coming back more and more. I think I'm gonna have to go have breakfast. This is more than just a piece of pastry and a cup of coffee. It's gonna take some effort and some doing and probably a few hours, which I don't have. All right, track's back on Gidget. Had to use the D-ring on the loader, the forks to ratchet strap to pull tension on the track as I drove the gear, the sprocket forward, and it got on. Once it's on the sprocket, then it's looser, and I was able to get it on the rear idler and then the front idler. Again, same trick using the ratchet strap. I just had to get it to that point where I could do that. In the process of putting grease in all the Zerks, both the Zerks came out, and I'm not going to put them back in right now. It's too much of a fiddle faddle. I'm going to get these bales moved. I got to get out in the field and get the rest of those bales done. I don't want to be baling at 10 o'clock at night again tonight, because it will be my turn to milk the cows tonight. Allison's making cheese. It's already way hotter today than they said it was going to be.
Employees on a year-round basis. So we built a building with them in mind. So we have those folks on the ground floor, but we also have our small office, and then we
All
have
right, day 2 here at Karen's. God, I'm a mess. Just hooked up the baler. I only have to bale here and haul. I don't have to rake or anything. Everything's raked. So I'm just going to get set in and start baling. Yesterday I got 18 big bales. So I figured that's about the equivalent of 20 of my normal bales. So I saved the wrap for 2 bales worth of hay, which is fine. I mean, because this is dry hay, haylage. The bales are light enough. If those had been green silage, heavy silage bales, like for second cut, I'm gonna have to back down to my normal size, because there's no way I could lift them. They'd be too heavy. And certainly, I don't have weights or fluid in the wheels of this, or wheel weights for the rear wheels. Just haven't got around to it. I don't agree with putting fluid in tires, because that's permanent. And every time you have to change a tire, you got to replace all that fluid or try to reclaim it, even with the beet juice. So I need to get some cast iron wheel weights. Just haven't done it. It would be helpful for a lot of things. And then I could handle a heavier bale, but, well, the wrapper might not. I don't know. It's my normal silage bales packed densely. When they're full weight, the wrapper does struggle a little bit. It tends to throw them a lot because it wobbles so much. Anyway, I'm going to set in the bale and see what we got. That's what it looks like across the valley, and there's the next door neighbor's property where a different farmer has rolled a bunch of bales and left them sit there. Don't understand that, but hey, whatever. And I'm happy to bale that last little hillside there after I do this 1 acre field. And we can get out of here. Back in the field with the trailer, gonna load up, tossing the ratchet straps out of the cab. I really need to put a box. What do I do with that battery? Can't forget to charge the battery for the leaf blower. Oh, my wallet's on the floor too, that's no good. Back in the field with the trailer, load up. I don't have a toolbox on this trailer yet, because I don't really want to be using this trailer. But anyway, here we are. Going to get the requisite 6 bales turns out there's 12 bales in the field. Well, 11 and a small bale. And I was reminded, see those, let's see those bales out there way back? Not this one, not these two, those are mine. Way back, those bales, many years ago, I thought I was being nice to a fellow farmer who was down on his luck and had to have his second leg amputated. And he asked if I could cut hay for him and put it in his barn. And I said, sure. And he lent me all his equipment. And so I made a plan to save diesel and save time and be super efficient. And I had just gotten these fields here, this field. And it was the first year I was cutting this. And I was cutting fields for him. Well, that field is a lot. There's a lot to it. And it goes up and has to go through the lady's yard. Well, there was some issue where it made more sense to cut this field first for me and then cut that field and bring all the other fields hay up through here. I don't quite know and remember why that was the case, but anyway, that's what I done. And they saw us hauling the farmer and his wife and the people who worked with him or whatever saw us hauling trailer after trailer of hay out of here. And they spread it around and we stole in the hay. Now, I don't know how you steal something that you produce. It never did make sense, but that's where they were at in their heads. And they spread it throughout the neighborhood. I still get people who call me the notorious hay thief. Takes all kinds, I guess. Anyway, his bales are out rotting in the field, and I'm out here collecting mine to get back and wrap them. Guess that's neither here nor there, but anyways, people get funny notions. That was going back 6-8 years ago now. But we're just gonna take 6 bales back, dump them off, and load up the trailer with the other 6. Get the flock out of here. It would be nice to have an 8-foot wide trailer rather than a 7.5-foot wide trailer, because it's hard to judge how much to let the bales overhang and never quite get it right. Here he is. At least it's only like 2:30, 3 o'clock, so it's gone early. I should be able to get everything back to the farm and wrap it by milking or before milking, and hopefully wrap it with enough time to take a nap and a shower and a nap. That'd be nice. That'd be real nice. With the pigs getting out this morning and a new calf to deal with. And this just gets to your track. It's been a day. Ready for a tad bit of R&R. Now I had planned to go cut an 8-acre field in Cushing on tomorrow, but that puts me raking, baling, and hauling on Wednesday, which is another cheese make day. And that's not a good day to do that, because I need to milk, because Allison will need to, where am I going next? Yeah. Allison needs to get ready for deliveries on Thursday, and also Thursday isn't a good day for me to be too much off the farm, because gone all day, and if I'm gone all day, then it's hard pressed to fit any kind of work far away. You know, like Cushing would be, I don't know, it's only 5 miles from home, but it's still a trip, and it's still hauling stuff back and forth. And if there's anything like 3 loads of hay to take, well, then that's a lot of travel time. That's more travel time than to this field, which is only 5 minutes away. About probably an hour round trip to Cushing. That part of Cushing. So I guess I'm gonna wait and cut and bale. Cut Friday, rake and bale Saturday, Sunday if I have to next week. Oh, Saturday I can. Got my grandson's birthday. I ain't gonna miss that for the world. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Maybe cut Thursday, rake and bale Friday, and if I have to, go back Sunday. So tomorrow I should either take a day off-ish and do a bunch of farm stuff around the farm, or cut. I guess I could go check out second cut at a couple of fields and check that out. No go Sunday either. That's our August 3rd Sunday supper at the farm. So yeah, I ain't going off farm Sunday. We don't have well, we got a chef, but we don't have any wait staff, so I gotta be around for that. There's a grass in this bale that grows in wet places and grows to be about 5 or 6 feet tall if you let it. Has big broad leaves. I don't know what it is. It's not reed canary grass. Someone told me long ago it was orchard grass, but it's definitely not orchard grass. Don't know what it is. It grows in wet areas around here. It's got a beautiful, tall, feathery flower. But the cows hate it. They won't eat it. But the nice thing is, it becomes like straw. Now I was hoping the chopper baler would actually chop it and it would be really like straw. But it doesn't. It just wraps it. So I end up with a nice bale of chopped material, and wherever this is, it's just wrapped around and around. It hasn't chopped. So whatever properties it's not, not straw-like, not grass-like. It makes tremendous volume when you bale it because it's got so many leaves compared to the stem. But the cows really just hunt around. So what I've been doing, oh dear, did a cow just slip? What I've been doing is I've been feeding it out to the cows what they reject, and I feed and use as bedding for the calves. Works great for that. I'm just waiting for the last cows to come in. Luna just gave birth. And so we won't milk her tonight. We'll put her in with her little calf we're calling Tethys, or I call it Tethys, I don't know. One of the moons of Saturn.
Go, baby, go.
The continuing adventures of Mars among the pygmy bovine. Today's episode finds us at the watering hole. A very affectionate Mimsy. And Astrid. This morning we caught the escapee pigs, and I am now pulling the trailer up with the tractor. I'm gonna park it in the shade. They're gonna have to live in the horse trailer for a little while till I get some accommodations rigged up, but we couldn't have them running loose across the farm. They just kept getting out. The ground is really dry, so that makes electric fences, okay good, I navigated that. That makes electric fences harder to carry a charge, especially for something like pigs. Cows don't matter. It's really the pigs. So the cows require a lot less charge to stay in their line, and also they, really they didn't have much down there in their little thing. It's baking hot this summer, and so a lot of the anyway, I would have put them deeper into the forest, but I can't get there. I gotta make some infrastructure, and so this is just a solution. And also, now that the dairy herd has grown so big, and with all the calves, we're trying to rethink our livestock structure and our grain bill, and pigs may not fit into that in the future. I don't know. All right, I gotta navigate this corner, so I'll see you on the other side. I want to get the trailer a little bit further over here in the shade on this pad I just added some soil to, so it's going to take the skid steer to do that. I don't have the wherewithal to do it otherwise. So we'll just do it with the skid steer. Yeah, I think under the shade of this tree, they should be good in the trailer. But right now I got to get them some water. We put them in here at 7 this morning, and I just now got the way cleared and stuff moved out of the way to get the skid steer and the tractor free. It's going on 12 o'clock. Well, it's hot and getting hotter. We're Wednesday, the 13th of August, I guess. Didn't do much of anything yesterday. I guess I was just burnt out. Did what I had to do. We moved the pigs. We cleaned up the bale processing area, got the bale wrapper set, put off the tractor, stacked the bales out of the way, used the tractor to move the livestock trailer up with the pigs, got them situated. I need to move it a little bit more into the shade today or tomorrow, and I started working on the permanent new location of where the pigs are going to be for now, and work on that some more today. I'm just out here moving field lines while Allison's starting to milk. And the pasture is looking worn and dry. We are expected to get some rain tonight into tomorrow, but I think it's only predicted to be like a half inch. That's not going to make a lot of difference. It'd be worse if it came all at once. It'd be better if it got cooler tonight and the dampness moved in and it just started drizzling overnight. At least then it would be a little bit more sustained. If it rained through tomorrow, that'd be fine by me. Got plenty of work to do that I can do in the rain. So just moving the line, moving the back fence, keep the cows off as much as possible, off of give them a wide area up here in the shade for the day. Yeah, I want this backside to regrow as much as possible, as quick as possible, obviously. If we do get a half inch of rain, that'd be great. But it won't. Unless it's long and slow and steady, it'd be nice if it stayed overcast for a couple days afterwards. But I think we're gonna see this passing rain, and then if we get it, I'd be surprised. Still, believe it when I see it. But if we get it, I think we're going right back into sunshine, warm temps. So, not, come on. The ground is really hard to put in these pigtails. Yeah, so I'm already feeding silage half days. We're going to continue. We're almost to the end of this field. The ones down in the forest are better, regrew better, because it's cooler and damper down there. But I think even them, they're lagging behind. I do need to get out and do a grass walk and check the silage fields, because I think we're ready for second cut. I think those fields had enough recovery and enough fertilizer to get off the ground and get the root depth back established. And because they haven't been grazed continually, they're going to rebound better. I still have one more field, 8 acres of first cut to do. And then I've got 20 acres of second cut silage and 20 acres of hay to make for somebody, second cut. That'll probably happen in September. Their field's regrowing a little slower, and they need a little bit more volume, and also the hay can be taller than the silage. So I should be, by rights, I would have cut that. I thought I was going to cut that 8 acres of late first cut today, this week, today, whatever. But I got wore out. I mean, I put up, mostly by myself, put up 80 bales and hauled them and got them back to the farm. That's some full days in between milkings and everything else we do here. So not a lot for some. I mean, some farms put up 100, 150 bales a day. That helps to have a wrapper in the field. That would be ideal. Anyway, so moving at my own pace. Got those bales. So I took Tuesday off to do a bunch of things that have to be done. I repaired some water lines and some things here. Continue that work today. Plus, the tractor has developed a hydraulic leak from a cracked housing. The block that holds the rear remote valves cracked. I don't quite understand how. And so it's leaking hydraulic fluid. Now, it's not catastrophic by any means, but the other day when I was wrapping, it was kind of gushing hydraulic fluid at an alarming rate, more than just a drip, more than just a steady drip. I called a month ago for service, didn't get an answer back. I called a week ago for service, got the correct response. They'll order the parts, blah, blah, blah. The parts are delayed. There's a big TYM mix-up going on. It's one thing if you buy a tractor and you're a homeowner or a part-timer or homesteader and you don't have the tractor because it's out for service and needing parts and you're broken down. That's annoying. If you're a business owner, if you're a farmer and you have a tractor and it breaks, you need immediate service. If you only got one tractor, especially like we do, you need immediate service. You need immediate parts. And if you can't get them, then you're shut down. I'd be ruined. There is no one I can borrow a tractor from that can do the work that I do, because I own a bigger tractor because I got the baler, because I went that route. And it's even too small a tractor. So in that case, I need a loaner tractor. So fortunately, and I'm not sure, I haven't broached this yet, the tractor isn't broken down. I can still run it. A lot of people are broken down. Some people have been waiting for parts and service for 6 months. Now, dealership is a large part of that, and I am happy that SR1 is one of the better dealers in the country, and I shouldn't have to worry about that end of things. They've always treated me right. There was a little bit of issue. I was annoyed when I first got the tractor, but they made it right immediately. So I don't know how long I'm going to be waiting for the part, but I feel like right now I shouldn't be haying with the tractor, cutting silage, using those rear remotes, because it just it's going to cause the failure to get worse. So I'm just going to wait it out this week. It's going to rain, and then I've got my grandson's birthday is on Saturday, so we're not going to do there. We've got our monthly. We have our third Sunday supper of the month this Sunday, so I'm not going to do anything then. So I can kind of push off any kind of thoughts of haying till next week, cutting grass, silage. Blackberries. But then I kind of need the tractor, so I'm thinking I might take that part off and see if I can get someone to braze it or weld it or something. Just seal the crack so it doesn't leak so bad. I started investigating that yesterday, but yeah, I don't know. And did I make a mistake going with TYM? I don't know. The time will tell. I definitely consider getting a second one. I really like that tractor. But if I can't get parts, if I can't get service because of lack of parts, and I don't have a tractor when I need it, I'd be pretty upset. Well, today, in order to beat the heat, I'm working in this shady spot under the giant maple. Gonna clear this place out, and we're gonna put a shipping container here. We need some extra storage. We need a place to house some items that can't get wet, and we just seems like a 40-foot shipping container is going to be the solution for this spot. So we're going to clear this out. I've already made deep inroads and got rid of a lot of weeds, a lot of briars, pallet of lumber. I've just got to remove some debris sitting there. There's been a bunch of old dog crates that we got at one point for free, and some steel shipping containers and an old hay elevator I'm going to move. Then I can come in here with the excavator and dig out these hostas and the bleeding hearts. I just cut down an ash sapling. I had to trim a couple of big branches on the maple that were headed straight for the ground that made this almost impassable in here. And I got to deal with this timber frame structure. Had an apprentice build that years ago as a project. It was supposed to become a cabin that went down by the river, and it's just sat here. I didn't have time to work on it, and it's in the way, so I'm gonna find somebody to take it or just get rid of it. Anyway, and the idea is we'll get rid of that hut, or maybe move that over here and put actually I don't really want that to be the. Well, anyway, I might put it over the diesel tank. It's steel lined on the inside, so it'd be all right. It's on shaky grounds because the sills are rotten. They were rotten before I even moved it up here, and this is as far as I could get it. And it's just been full of junk and tools and things. It's kind of a temporary storage spot for a lot of things, and so a lot of that stuff's going to go in the shipping container as well. And I got some rows, so I want to get the excavator in here and pull the stuff out. There's some big stone in here, and we'll get this whole area opened up and cleaned out here in the next couple days and leveled off, and get some crushed stone put in before we drop the shipping containers down. And I'll probably, if I can ever move that hut, we'll put another one there that'll be parallel, and I can build a roof over them and have a shop inside. That's a potential. Anyway, keep working at it. Nice cool spot with a little bit of. We've just dug up some hostas and some bleeding hearts and thrown them here. We'll put them in the corner of the bistro in the house here. It's normally quite shady. We're putting in a new herb garden there anyway, because it's probably the only shady place we have that's visible. I mean, we could stick them anywhere. They haven't been visible where they've been at because it's been behind a wall of all the pink stuff is Himalayan balsam, which is incredibly invasive. They shoot out thousands of little seed flower. But I had to get Marianne's help because the hostas and things were growing in among these a slab of some kind, and there was a massive stone in the center of it all. Now, I think we planted the bleeding hearts. I think the hostas were here. There's a little bit of lady's mantle there I'm going to try and save. But I want to clear out this chunks of concrete and brickwork. I don't know what that was all about. I'm a little worried. I'm going to dig around here. I'm a little worried there may be a well or something that was capped off. Just to be sure, I'll poke around a little bit once I get that stone out of there.